How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, now you know where we've been. We've been to New York City, Queens, and Brooklyn to be exact. And I saw a lot of young people wearing this outfit. And I kind of like it. So it's my new outfit. What do you think? Write in the comments below or on the Facebook, what do you think about my new outfit? I'm kind of sticking with it. We're in Asheville, North Carolina now, a couple days later, and I'm still wearing it. I kind of like it. Looks good. Anyway, we left off in Westport, Connecticut. From there, we went to New York City. 2 days in New York City, spent a day in Queens, saw my cousin Brian from Kansas and his beautiful wife Maria. They have 2 kids, Bill and Miranda. Didn't get to see either one of those. Bill is now in the Navy down in Virginia, and Miranda's a senior in high school, and she had other things to do besides sticking around with us. Now she had a concert to go to somewhere else in New York City, so that particular evening, so we didn't get to see her. She's a great math student, so she got the Bradley math gene. That's pretty cool. And she's still trying to decide exactly where she's going to go to college. They took us out to Korean barbecue. Oh my God. It was so awesome. So we were just in awe the whole time because the entire table was full of food. Is barbecue, so in the middle of the table is a little barbecue pit, and they bring out a pan full of hot coals, put the grill over that, put the meat, we had meat and we had shrimp, and they cooked that there on the grill, and has a little vent in the top to kind of suck all the smells away. But then the table is covered with all kinds of other little dishes of stuff. And we were trying to figure out what all this stuff was. The lady that was our wait, we were the only non-Koreans in the whole restaurant. And we had a little trouble understanding what she was saying, so we didn't really know what all we were eating. Some of the stuff we could tell what it was, and we didn't touch it, but it was really, really good. We had a great time, and it was awesome seeing Brian and Maria. So thank you guys for taking us out to dinner. Then the next day on Friday, we met some teaching friends of ours from the British Virgin Islands who are now back in New York. And they both are middle school teachers, Stacy and Matt. Stacy teaches art, Matt teaches science, and they're at the Berkeley Carroll School in Brooklyn. We met Stacy, they just had a baby in, was it May? June, just had a baby in June, little Isaac, and we got to see Isaac, and he is a real cutie. We met Stacy at the Brooklyn Museum because that's where the supercharger station is, so we can charge up the car. And then we all went in and looked at a photography exhibit by a guy by the name of JR, a young Frenchman. And it's really, really interesting, all black and white, taking pictures of people all around the world in different socioeconomic situations, a lot of mainly poor people in different parts of the world, and kind of depicting how it is that they live. It was really interesting. Then we headed back to their apartment in Brooklyn. Kathy and I spent about 20 minutes finding a place to park. Cars everywhere. Looked like some of them hadn't been moved in years, but Matt swears they have to move them every week because street sweepers come through. So we did finally find a place. We squeezed in between some little economical car and a big van. And I'm thinking the whole time we're gone, if that van decides to move, he's going to cream the front end of my car because we were so tight. So then we went back to their apartment, and Matt got home from school, talked for a while, and then went out to dinner to a local brew pub. A lot of places to eat. Brooklyn is really up and coming, and a lot of young people moving in there, and just tons and tons of places to eat. Went out and ate, and then Matt walked us back to our car, and it was still safe. Both cars that we parked between were still there, so we squeezed our way out. Got on the road about 7 o'clock, driving through New York traffic, headed to Princeton, New Jersey. Went over the Verrazano Bridge. Kathy could see a beautiful view of Manhattan, as she did on the way in from Connecticut on the Throgs Neck Bridge. Gorgeous view of the entire island of Manhattan and all the skyline there. Kind of the same way coming out, except you see mainly the lower end of Manhattan. And it was just right at dusk, so it's just a beautiful, beautiful sight. Went on to Princeton, New Jersey. So that was only a little over an hour, hour and a half from Brooklyn. Spent the night, and then we met another teaching friend from the Virgin Islands, Kate, and her two kids, Lena and Everett, and they met us at Princeton at the university. Kate's husband is a PhD and works in research in Thomas Jefferson with a group of people at Princeton. And so Kate knows the university and took us all around, and it was gorgeous. Stunning place, beautiful views, had a great time with the kids. She brought snacks, so we sat for a while. Beautiful sunny day, rains had stopped, and it was just a gorgeous day, and we got to walk around Princeton University. From there, we went on down to Kent Island, which is on the eastern shore of the Chesapeake Bay, right across the Mid-Bay Bridge from Annapolis. Rained most of the time we were there, and the next day rained a lot. But it's right across from Annapolis where the Naval Academy is, so we stayed 2 nights there. So the second day I went into the Naval Academy. Kathy decided to take a day off, a little day of rest. Actually, she did laundry most of the time, so I'm not sure how much she rested. But I went to the Naval Academy. It rained the whole time. Thank goodness I had a big, huge Texas umbrella, and took a tour, a guided tour. I was the only one. It was first thing in the morning. It was at noon. They only open on noon on Sunday. And I was the only one in the tour, so I got a personalized tour of the Naval Academy. Went around to the dormitory where they have 4,500 midshipmen there, and all of them stay in the dorm the entire 4 years, so it's a big, huge dormitory. Beautiful entrance to it. Also went to the athletic facility, which is where their big natatorium is, right in the center, and they had a match going on. Looked like about 4 teams there playing water polo. Don't know anything about water polo, but there were a bunch of young, physically fit Navy guys there in Speedos. So you girls would have loved it. Probably would have stayed there and wouldn't have gone on the rest of the tour. Anyway, it was awful. I'm glad Kathy didn't have to go and see that. But I enjoyed the trip. Stayed a little later after the tour and went into the Naval Museum. Saw some beautiful models of ships, old ships, and history of the Navy Academy and history of the Navy from the time it started in 1845 till present. Then the next day, yesterday, we drove 2 days ago, we drove from Kent Island, kind of uneventful, down to Henderson, North Carolina, spent the night there, and then yesterday came on over to Asheville, North Carolina, beautiful city in the hills. Went out last night, walked around the town, had a dinner, light dinner, and walked around downtown. It was just a beautiful evening, chilly in the upper 50s. And then today we're headed off to see friends. Big long trip today, about 28 miles south to Hendersonville. Going to spend a couple days with some friends there, but that's for later on. Okay. I think that's it. Can you think of anything else? That's it for now.
Having a good time.
Having a great time. We've got about a week and a half left. I don't know. I'm losing track of time. Should be home by the 3rd. But anyway, that's it for today. See you on down the road. I need to practice this a little bit more. How you doing? 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 How y'all doing? Oh yeah, there you go. I've got it. How y'all doing? That's it. That's good enough. How y'all doing?